Hey, hello there, everyone. How are you guys doing? Let me make sure that my audio is on. My audio, yeah, it's working. Okay, I'm gonna just move this just a little bit here. How is everyone? It's been forever and 25 years since I've seen y'all. Forever and 25 years, and I'm not even at home. So I am in Wisconsin right now. I'm in Wisconsin, and my brand new grandbaby was born. Oh my gosh, where did I upload those pictures to? I have got to show you all the pictures. If you haven't seen them already, I have them in other places. I think. Hold on, let me grab them from my phone. Sorry, gang. I should have been like better prepared, but unfortunately I was not. So my grandson, Ellis John Williams, was born on the 29th of October. Let me just kind of send four pictures here. And so I've been in Wisconsin since the 26th. Um, yeah, I've just been a little busy. I've been in Wisconsin since the 26th, and taking care of the grandchildren, my beautiful granddaughters. You all know and love them. You've seen them. I'm actually downloading pictures right now, and then I'll upload them, and we will put them up. So I just want to give people a chance to get in the room. I want to give people a real quick chance to get into the room here. Let me put these images all together. Open. Okay. And I think hello, darling. I think we were over on X as well. I think we're on X live on X as well. Yep, it's showing that I'm live. Okay. I know, like this darn algorithm on YouTube, boy, let me tell you, it takes 20 million years to let people know that I am live. Let me just send out a quick post and let them know that I'm live here. Hey there, live now. All right. And then we'll talk. So, tonight we're going to chit chat we're going to go revisit the YSL trial. We're going to revisit, we're going to revisit what's been happening lately, how I view what's happening. Let me move you over here so it doesn't throw things off. How I personally view what's happening. We're just going to review it a little bit more, and then we're going to get into the actual factuals. Okay, we're going to get into the actual factuals. We're going to get into what's happening in this coming week and where I see things from a transit perspective. Let me just have a proud grandma moment, though. Here is me with Ellis John Williams Jr. Here is big sister Aria, big sister Rayleigh, and yeah, I know that's my twin. And here is Ellis John Williams Jr., first grandson. Um, Love of my life already, right? They all are. The grandbabies are the loves of my lives. Okay. So welcome on X. Hello, guys. I'm not sure where you were to see that. So if you don't know what's happening right now in the YSL trial, let me clue you in on a couple of things, and I'm actually going to do this too. So this week before last, there was a big kerfuffle because one of the witnesses from the stand said was reading an Instagram post, and that post was supposed to be redacted. The words were redacted from the post, but unfortunately, what was not redacted was it wasn't the post wasn't the caption wasn't completely redacted to the witness, and so then he reads this caption. There's some dispute as to whether or not um he knew he wasn't supposed to read free Quay, hashtag free Quay, or not, but he did. And then because he was like, oops, what did I do, um as a result though, as a result of that, what then ends up happening is there were two defendants at that point, um that were nicknamed, could have been nicknamed Quay, and it was like, mistrial. And the judge says, well, I'm not going to give a mistrial with prejudice, but I will give you guys a mistrial without prejudice, meaning that, you know, it could have been brought back to, and they could have brought it back and retried these gentlemen who, if you don't know, they have literally been they have been locked up since May of 2022. Um, so 2.5, almost going on 3 years now in the Fulton County Jail, which is infamously known as Rice Street, which is a horrible, 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 horrible place to be held. Horrible, horrible, horrible place to be held. Bed bugs, all manner of, like, it's just horrible. It's ridiculously horrible conditions. And yeah, so they've been there. So they've been the trial's been going on for over a year, and it was probably going to go at least another 3 months. So as a result of that, they kind of waited till over the weekend. During this past week, we've had a number of plea deals, including Young Thug, who the state was saying was the head of everything. He was the big kahuna. He pled no contest. It's called a NOLO plea in Georgia, but it's basically no contest to Rico and leading the gang, and then pled guilty to a couple of other charges. But he's free. So now we had 6 people that were on trial when last the jury left them. And now we have, and then there were 2. So we only have 2 left, and those are the 2. Thank you so much, Vanderveer. Thank you so much. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. And now we only have the 2. Okay. So I wanted to look and see, because a lot of what's happened now, if you were watching the trial, and watching the pleas being made, the plea deals being created, or read out after long negotiations, and you're listening to the judge presiding over the plea deals, whether or not she's going to accept them or not. What's quite interesting to me is that you have these people that were supposed to be the most horrific criminals known to man and woman, and they're facing hundreds of years, 150 years in prison and all this, and you plead them down to 20, serve 9. What? You plead it down to 20, serve 9. What does 20 serve 9 means? That means you're getting sentenced to 20 years, you're only going to serve 9, and the balance is going to be in, locked up in prison. The balance is going to be served on probation. But of that 9, you've already served 2.5 or whatever, and then there's some 65% good time and blah 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 blah. And basically some of these guys are going to be in prison maybe a year tops, maybe a year and a half, I think at the most possibly 2 years. This wasn't, evidently these weren't the hardened criminals that you wanted to say that they were. And you could tell Judge Whitaker's getting irritated. I'm gonna put it to you like that. Judge Whitaker is getting flippantated, and she showed it Friday. She showed it on Friday. So, or yeah, that was Friday when he pled. Was it Friday when he pled? Or was it Thursday? Was it Halloween? When Thug pled. Um, I can't remember anymore. So what I wanted to do. Oh, actually, I can't show this one. Hold on, gang. I need a different transit chart. This is for November 3rd. I need a day. I need November 4th. So what I decided I wanted to do today is I wanted to take Judge Whitaker, and if we have time or we feel we need to, we'll take ADA Loves. I really don't like her. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't like her at all. I don't like ADA Love. I think she's shady. I think she's manipulative. I think that she plays fast and loose with the law. And I just don't have any respect for her. Can you tell? I just don't. I'm not really feeling her. So Vanderveer says completely dismissing the body but having the family coming for a speech is insane. This is the thing. He wasn't even charged with Donovan Thomas's murder. Those weren't one of his overt acts. Now they tried to throw that in there and say they brought nuts Donovan Thomas. I don't know these people, so I really would rather not call them by their street names. But they want to act as if bringing Donovan Thomas's family, like, because supposedly young thug Jeffrey Williams was the head of everything, that supposedly then that meant that Donovan Thomas's family should have been able to come in and give a victim statement. Thank goodness Judge Whitaker is how she is, because let's just keep it a buck. This was a plea deal. If he had been charged with the murder, then yeah, then bringing the family in may have made more sense. However, the two other people that are still on trial, Diamante Kendrick and Shannon Stillwell, that are going forward with this trial, they are charged with Donovan Thomas's murder. So they didn't want that. Judge Whitaker was like, it's improper to have that read into the record right now. Plus, I feel like his father testified already. So how much more, like, they snuck that victim statement in already. And it's not that I don't feel for the family. I'm just saying this is the rule of law, right? And so I feel like she doesn't care. Love would have been shocked by my speech because I would have been dragging the state, not YSL. A lot of people, like, I'm seeing other victims' families on X, and that's exactly what they're saying. We need people on both sides of the law. You don't have to lie and cheat. I completely agree. They told the Drinks family to come for Coy hearing also after they dismissed that. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, the Drinks family are some of the people that I'm seeing on X, and they're just like, we blame this. We don't even think YSL had anything to do with it. So I don't think they would have wanted the Drinks family, because they were like, these boys had nothing to do with it. I thought she did. Yep, the mom testified. So, there's a lot going on. And it's ridiculous. Like let's stop playing, right? All right, here we go. All right. Let me just make sure this is looking right. Do I like that? No. There we go. Okay, guys. All right. So hopefully you guys can see this. This was like kind of the best that I could do. But I might pull it up a little bit more. Like I might increase the size a little bit more. If you guys can't see it, just let me know in the chat. Let me go back to this screen. All right. Not that screen. Let me find my other screen. Here we go. Okay. Oh, nope, can't do that. Here we go. You guys can't, I can't do that. All right. So if you remember, so this is Judge the Honorable Paige Whitaker Reese. Her birth chart is in the blue. The transiting planets are in the orange. This is what we call a transit chart. A transit chart. So a transit chart is one where we see where the transiting planets and luminaries are interacting with someone's birth chart. Because, and I'm sure I don't have to tell you this, and I'm sure this just makes perfect sense, but let me edit this just a little. I'm going to make myself a bit bigger. And if I have to move the chart around, let me do this here. You can still see. All right. I need to move myself around. Update. Okay. A transit chart is one where the transiting planets, you see how it interacts with your birth chart. When you're born, your birth chart takes a snapshot, right? Your birth chart is a snapshot of everything that was in the sky at that moment of conception, at that moment of birth, incarnation. Okay? The moment of incarnation, that's what the birth chart is. So your birth chart never changes. Now, there are things called progressive charts and things like that, and I'm not getting into that. The standard birth chart, like if you reach out to me and say I need a birth chart reading, it's going to be whatever that snapshot was. All right, I'm not doing progressive. It's just what it was at that moment. So what we're going to look at is that's how when we do the transit charts, then I can look at these charts and I could say, hey, this is doing this or this is doing this. These planets are interacting with her birth chart planets. And this is what I think or what I feel potentially she could end up, experiencing. All right. During this time of the transitories, right? The transitory system. Now, I'm going to make this even a little bit bigger because I can move the chart around a little bit, because I really do want you guys to see. All right, because there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to focus on her moon. Her moon, remember her moon and her north node in Taurus are completely conjunct, that we can tell. This is an unknown time. And her Mercury is conjunct with her sun, also in Taurus. She thinks, communicates, is the epitome of a Taurus. I know the last time we looked at her chart, we were just kind of getting to know the Honorable Paige Reese Whitaker. And we just weren't sure, right? So we were just getting to know her, getting to know Miss Love, getting to know potentially get to know their personalities and such. And then we want to see potentially how they would be interacting. Okay. Now this go around, now that we know them a little bit better, you know what we're going to do this time around? Now we're going to dig into, okay, let's get to the real ish of the ish. Let's get to the real down and dirty nastiness. Okay? And let's get to the real talk. So, real talk, this woman, the Honorable Whitaker, Judge Whitaker, her sun is in Taurus. That's her kind of id or ego personality. Her moon is in Taurus. Her emotions, her feelings, aspirations. We don't know what time she was born. I mean, theoretically, she could be a triple Taurus, but she's kind of, if I had to guess, I would say she's probably a Aries rising. If I had to guess, because she's quite vocal. She's quite vocal. And when she gets fed up, now it could be a Pisces too, but Pisceans, when they get fed up, they tend to just retreat. Some of them are, I mean, I guess with a Taurus sun and a Taurus moon, maybe they'd be a little spout off. But I mean, then again, I also wouldn't be surprised if she was, I don't think Leo. Well, could be Leo. That would be odd. To be a Leo rising. That'd be anyway. She thinks, she acts, her ego, her Mercury, her speech, and her North Node, all four are in Taurus. She came here to be exactly who she is. Like, she came here to be a Taurus, a Taurian. There are a lot of great things about Taurians. There can be some things that can be irritating or challenging. Just going to say that. What's a great thing about Taurians? Are very steadfast. They're very loyal. They're very, when they're in your corner, they're in your corner. However, they can be sneaky, and they can also not really want to tell you what they're really thinking until they're pushed and pissed off past the point of festivity. And we've seen that happen. And there's other places I pointed to this being the case in other places in her chart. But I'm going to focus right here on this Taurus energy. And I encourage you to research Taurus energy, because she's like the literal epitome of it. And she's going to communicate like that. If you don't want the horns, don't mess with the bull. And unfortunately, I think we're going to see over the course of the next couple 3 days, we're going to see where the state may be getting the horns more than they anticipated. Because what is in opposition, right, to, of course, the South Node is always in opposition. But I want you to see that what's in opposition to her Mercury is the Sun in Scorpio. Now, I have not done my normal Scorpio reads. I need to pull some cards generally for Scorpio season. We're fully in it. We're halfway through. Usually Scorpio season, you get a lot of, scandals, particularly of an intimate nature. You get to find out where the bodies are buried, so to speak, and sometimes very literally. You really get to see people's true colors. Like, what have they been hiding? what can happen, especially when you have Mercury. Now, this is her, Scorpio is her opposing sign. So she just came off, well, she's about to over the next 4 days. Oh, ish. Over the next 4 days. So this is Monday's transit chart. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This Friday in the trial may be a very big day because the sun in Scorpio is going to be in direct up. We'll look at that chart in a minute. It'll be in direct opposition to her sun in Taurus, and basically she can't is not going to be able to hide how she's feeling. I this might cause a lot of people to have an issue. Sunlight is truly the best disinfectant. What do I mean by that? Everything done in the dark comes out to the light. If you actually, most of your crystals you clean in sunlight, recharge them, you cleanse them and recharge them in the sunlight. When you go out to the sunlight, those of us with, well, all of us, but the sunlight activates the melanin in your skin, which does so many different things for you, in your function, your bodily function, and your ethereal body function. When you go out in the sunlight, you sunbathe, you get vitamin D, you recharge your batteries, you recharge your cells. We are meant to be outside and in the elements, in the sun. um, Sunlight truly illuminates and elucidates what we've been hiding. So look for tomorrow. She's not going to be holding her tongue. We're going to get that with it in opposition to Mercury. I'm just going to put it to you like this. I don't see the state having, the DA's office is not going to have an easy time. She probably is going to want to investigate and inquire. Hopefully, she will inquire just a little bit more into whether or not anybody was looking, saw anything, whether or not they feel like they can continue. The jury, I mean. She's contemplating that tonight for sure. Everybody wants to trust in the jury, but I really feel very strongly she's contemplating that possibility. I'll get back to the chat in just a second, guys. That's really not interacting with anything. What else do we have? We also have Saturn over here in retrograde in Pisces, and it is sextiling Mercury. She This is how I feel about it. If I'm going to interpret this, she thought she created a structure. Remember, Saturn went into retrograde rather recently, but after she started the trial. So at the beginning of the trial, guys, at the beginning of the trial, she was setting all of these different things. Like she was setting up um structure for this trial. And I think we can all agree to that, right? She set up a lot of structure for the trial. With Saturn going into retrograde, now she's literally having to she's over the last couple of weeks, she's been rethinking that structure. She's been rethinking all the effort that she put into creating the structure. She's been rethinking, can I really make this structure work? Like, is this even freaking possible? Am I just kidding myself? So this is not this I would not take this lightly. I would not take Ooh, that's too big. I wouldn't take this lightly because she holds her structures near and dear. She has set up a structure based in the law, based in her understanding of the appellate court, based in her being an appellate lawyer, based in her understanding of the judiciary, And sometimes we might get a little upset with her desire to fix things, but Taurians like to fix things too. They like to be in charge, and they like to rearrange, and they like to fix things. So that doesn't surprise me. Plus, don't forget, she's got this sextile of her sun, and it's a light one, but she's got this sextile of her sun, her Mercury with Jupiter and Cancer. So she's a gift giver, right? She wants to fix it. And she honestly feels like she can. She came into this feeling and believing that she could honestly fix this monkey mess BS that had occurred. And that was there as a result of the predecessor judge, as Brian Steele. I'll miss that so much. Shout out to Brian Steele. Shout out to Attorney Adams. Shout out to that whole team. Attorney DeWilliams, Attorney Westmoreland, Attorney Harvey, anyone that I'm missing. I know I don't know everybody's names. But I'm really gonna miss Steele and his slight shade by not calling some people honorable and calling some people honorable, and the predecessor judge. She honestly felt like she could fix it. She really felt like she could make it work and we could get it together. She felt like she could guide which isn't her job. So it's probably best that all this is happening for her, because it's not her job to fix the prosecutors. But she's a gift giver, and I think she's going to change. It looks to me like she's about to change who she's been giving gifts to. Um, because here we have Venus in Gemini, which up until this point has allowed her a connection or an understanding with Attorney Love. However, we do have, and remember I said before, this Neptune in retrograde in Pisces. I said before that was going to probably cause a little bit of, potentially a little bit of an issue, but just kind of knowing some of the upcoming. I know for sure that this Chiron here causes an issue by sextiling the Venus in Gemini, because she's going to get, I said, she's going to get tired of her kindness being taken for weakness. And just because she really wants, Miss Love to succeed, she's a prosecutor at heart. I'm not saying she can't be impartial. I'm just saying she's a prosecutor at heart. I got to call a thing a thing. And that Chiron, people have always been to run over her in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Or they do her dirty. They don't give her just. They take advantage of her. And now with this Neptune in retrograde in Pisces, and it's squaring against that Venus in Gemini, basically, Neptune rules the underworld. So she has gotten a peek behind the freaking curtain and seen all the secrets. She's realized, especially after Thursday or Friday, I can't remember now. My days are all mixed up. It must have been Thursday, because I just remember everybody talking about it on Friday, I think. When the state was going to give Jeffrey Williams 15 years probation, he's going to be able to walk. 15 years probation, but he would have had to testify. He would have had to plead guilty to everything, and not nolo, guilty, and then testify against everybody else, and basically admit from the stand that he was some big gang boss, mob boss, kingpin. Oh, lady. Anyway, and then they rescinded that, but didn't want to tell the judge that that's what they had done. And then they come out asking for like 45 years, do 25. Were you sick? Were you insane? Did you hit your head? Were you concussed? Do you have CTE or something? Like, what is wrong with you? So the judge saw through that. The judge is like, it's not lost on me that you were going to offer, you was going to walk out of here a free man. Paraphrasing. And she started talking about how difficult it's been to maintain this trial and keep it straight and keep it on the right track. And that she, the structure queen here, has found it challenging. You know that's Torian shade. That's you didn't play it in my face one too many times. I acted like I didn't see it. I tried not to pay no attention to it. That's where this sun up here. See, the sun being in Scorpio, this being Scorpio season, brings out the venom in the Taurian because it shines a light on it. They're usually kind of, happy go lucky, like let it go. You know what I'm saying? Lightweight, lighthearted. You know, until you catch them horns. And when it's Scorpio season, people catch them damn horns. You know why they catch the horns? Because there's a light being shown on all the different ways that the Taurian has been taken advantage of. That's what thus saith Lisa. So she gonna catch it. She gonna catch hell. I mean, I don't. This is not gonna be cute. This is just not. This is not gonna be a cute week. We also have transiting Pluto in opposition to in Capricorn in opposition to um, Jupiter in Cancer. See, that's another underworld transformation. She's like, listen, I'm gonna have to go back to how I really wanted to get this off, how I really wanted to run things. Pluto is personal transformation. Neptune is like global or cultural. So look, I have nicknamed her Judge Giggles. I don't mean no harm, but I don't think Judge Giggles is going to be giggling as much as normal. I don't foresee Judge Giggles giggling as much as we have seen her giggle in the past. So, let me go and catch up. We're going to look at Tuesday. That was just Monday. Thug going home was a huge thing in Atlanta. I'm sure yeah, I know that they're aware. The holidays are coming up and the juries are no, I'm sure the juries are right, probably. Mr. Harvey tried to warn her. He did try to warn her on the first day. He tried to say, Judge, you can't step into this pig pen mess and you ain't been here. You don't know what's going on. Oh, I can handle it. Mm-hmm. She looked like she wanted to go off on Hilton when she took the plea back before she put on the record. Oh yeah, before they wouldn't even put the record for Diamantre, Kendrick, or Shannon Stillwell on the record, and then she was saying to Love, asking her to contact Fonnie, and so that they could at least think about it because they had not been able to do anything all week or whatever, all day, and because it was taking all day to negotiate with Jeffrey Williams. And 88 Love was like, well, she had her butt on her shoulders. Oh, okay, that's how you want to play it. Okay, Miss Fonnie Willis, that's how you want to play it. You you just trying to save face at this point, girl. You might as well start packing. They wanted certain changes to six the family can sue, right? And they can keep, but now they got nothing. I have a nothing, right? Hot flashes will set you. I don't know if Judge Giggles has got the hot flashes. Is she going through the change? Is Judge Giggles going through the change? It could be. Let's look at Tuesday. Let's look at Tuesday. Copy this image and we drop it into my paint situation. Don't save, paste. All right. Let's make this a little bigger. And let me share my screen. All right, here's Tuesdays. I should have been doing my little swipey thingy, shouldn't I? Let me see, do I have it in here? Here's a Okay, this is for Tuesday. All right. All right. So, Tuesday. Here's our what we're looking at, right? These are our important these are our important things here. We've got the moon and the north node, and then we got how I think, how I act, everything else is right here. Um yeah, this is getting more in place, right? This is getting more in place. So we still have the sun in opposition to our Mercury, and technically it's in opposition to everything. They have problems. There are big problems. They got big problems in Little China. We now have the moon in Capricorn. So by the end of the day or beginning of Wednesday, it should be in opposition to Jupiter here. But right now, we're still we're still operating. This is going to be a big thing all week. This, I have given you so much energy. This, I have been a mother to you. I've been mothering you. I've been trying to clean up your messes. I've been all this stuff. This is going to be a big thing. It just is. She really is going to be rethinking her entire life this week because depending upon how this goes down, she has her eye on other higher courts. And now at this juncture, she's trying to make sure she don't look stupid. Also down here, I didn't talk about the last one. So this is yesterday. This is going to be an all week thing too. Jupiter, this is going to be until Jupiter gets out of retrograde, is squaring off against Jupiter in Gemini is squaring her Uranus in retrograde and her Pluto in retrograde, both in Virgo. It is really basically like I thought I was going to be able to like do big things here. And I can't do jack doodly squat. I thought I was going to change the world. And baby, this is just a mess. This is nasty work. This is whatever you want to call it. And I think in a way she's in a little bit of disbelief. Like I think that she did want this to plead out, but she didn't want to have to go through everything that she ended up going through. And now this just looks bad. Because not only have you pled out 4 out of the 6 defendants, but you gave them such sweetheart deals. And these boys, you got nothing. Shout out to Attorney Bruce Harvey for kicking it off and setting the tone. Cause he's like, we're not testifying against nobody. You ain't got nothing. We not testifying. You ain't got nothing. And we categorically deny that this even true. He just want to go home. So this is like, I thought I was going to be able to make some changes. I thought I was going to be able to do the thing. Not as quick as I would like to, but I really thought, and here it is, Jupiter saying, oh no, you're doing too much. Plus, her Jupiter is at odds with the transiting Pluto. So she's got this like both ways. All and 6 ways to Sunday. You give too much, you're too open, you're too giving, you're too this, you're too that. And the roosters that come home to roost. Now you're going to dig yourself out the grave. Now is it, did you free yourself? Do you save yourself? Hello? You got to save yourself, sis. You can't save them. They don't want to be saved. Low key. Oh, that's right. That she did say that they had to keep it cool. Mr. Harvey beat them at their own game. Yes. That's why she had Hilton do that one, I think. You know, she had Hilton do all these other ones. She came in for the big. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. This hour. Ooh, child. Mm-mm. Okay, now let me see if Wednesday and Thursday look drastically different. I'm trying to see what day that we gonna have a real big bad problem. I think it's gonna be Friday. Wednesday's chart. Oh, yeah, this is gonna be cool. Okay, let's look at Wednesday's chart. Wednesday's chart is interesting because we got the moon making some moves. All right, let's show you Wednesday's chart. This is why I wanted you to see Wednesday's chart. The moon is making moves now. The moon in Capricorn. The moon in Capricorn. Thinking about, creating, implementing structure. And we're going to bring some order to some mother trucking chaos. Look at this moon is now trining. So they're both in the same earth signs. And I'm going to call this a grand trine. It's just a hair short, but it's close enough. So it is the moon, the transiting moon is trining her Mercury, but primarily her sun. The transiting moon is, let me do this. Is trining her sun, which I don't know why this isn't a trine right here. It should be. Which is also trining her natal Pluto, which then is also trining the moon. This is a grand trine. Wednesday, we're going to have a pretty big to do. Wednesday is going to be one of those, I'm not for it. Wednesday is going to be a FAFO day. Now, it might just be emotions day. She might have to kick the jury out for a while. But Wednesday's going to be a FAFO day. That I feel is going to be topped off by Friday. I would not be shocked if we didn't end up with a mistrial with prejudice by the end of this week. I don't be surprised, y'all. And I haven't even looked at Love's. If somebody can find out for me what Hilton's um sign is, I would really love that to see her, if it's gonna be her that's gonna make the final, put the final nail in the coffin, or if it's gonna be Love. But this gonna be an FAFO day. They're gonna try her patience so bad on Wednesday. They're gonna try her patience so bad on Wednesday. I I I I I don't even want to be there. I don't even want to be a flying. Like, I mean, I do, but child, this gonna be a mess. Okay, let me look at Thursday, see if there's anything. That's a big day. Wednesday's a big day. Monday's gonna be y'all tried it, y'all played in my face. I just have this feeling she's gonna ask the jury more than once. Um and maybe on Wednesday there's too many jurors that want out, but could be that too. But I have a feeling she gonna blow the. You know what? I mean, she gonna lose it. She's really not for the BS. Now I'm gonna look at this Thursday chart. Let's look at Thursdays. Oh, I keep forgetting to do a little thing. All right, that's Thursday. We're gonna do Thursday now. Let me put this in here. Y'all tired from it being like I'm ready to go to bed. Losing that hour don't help none at all, does it? Don't help a lick or a louie. I mean, it does. Like, I slept good this morning, but I'm just trying to tell you. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's a mess. Okay, here we go. All right. Let me make that bigger because I know y'all can't see that. This could be the day too, but I really do feel like it's going to be Friday. Ooh, no, not that big, child. All right. Do you see this up here? This is the moon, then. This is the moon, the transiting moon. Is that not in retrograde anymore? Oh, oh shit. This woman's in trouble. Oh boy. Love and them is in trouble. They really they in real trouble. That's all I can say. The moon is conjunct at 0 degrees Aquarius to Pluto at 29 degrees Capricorn. And it looks like it's not retrograde anymore. I have to look and see again. What does that mean? That means that the energy is ripe for lots of people to get justice, for lots of what is for the greater good to be done. And on a personal level, people get personal transformation. All of that is opposing, in opposition to this Jupiter in Cancer energy. So, again, this could be day 2 of FAFO. This could also very well be, this could be the day that the incoming, like, I'm not sure if Fonnie will win. So perhaps if Courtney Kramer wins, this could be the day that, it's finalized on Thursday. And she says, as soon as I'm sworn in, I'm dropping it. So y'all might as well do it now. Um, that's a big, 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 big deal. Um, could this be mistrial day? Could this be mistrial day with prejudice? We do have Mars finally in Leo on, well, it would have gone in there like overnight. This tells me people want to save face and they're going to fight to save face no matter what. So if she does encourage them to make more deals, they're going to really fight to save face and they're not going to give up too easy. They being the state. But the Honorable Paige Reese Whitaker looks like she's really going to be like, listen, witches, I got to save face too. I don't give a good gosh doodly squat darn a rat's patooey about you at this point. I got to make sure I look good. And that's human nature. I'm not mad. It's human mother trucker nature. But baby, let me tell you something. This here's nasty work. This here's nasty work. Um, she fed up. She's fed up. And this son on Friday will be in direct opposition to her son. If we never knew how Paige felt about the Honorable Paige Whitaker felt about this trial, we gonna know on Friday. Now this was Thursdays. Let's get to Fridays. Let's get to Fridays, shall we? Let's get to Fridays. Yeah, it's sleepy. I'm tired. She's given a state. It's going to be, I was thinking, it's going to be a mistrial with prejudice. I'm telling y'all, the next mistrial that she honestly grants, and I feel like it's coming this week. I don't think not after she done seen, let me tell you something. This woman has seen all these people that supposedly were horrendous individuals and they were menaces to society and blah, 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 blah. And y'all just done gave them all kinds of easy peasy lemon squeezy deals. Not that any time in prison is easy, don't get me wrong. But in the grand scheme of things, what they could have got, mm-mm. Paige, Judge Whitaker ain't stupid. Here we go. Last one. Let me do the swoosh or the lightning. All right, here we go. Let's pull up Fridays. Present. All right, here it is. We've been waiting on this whole time. The transiting sun, dead spot TF on to her sun in Taurus. You will know this day how she feel about everything and everything. Oh, I didn't even know this was about to happen. Not only that happening, but we have the moon in Aries that is squaring against her Mercury, dead on in Taurus. What does this mean? Baby, let me tell you something. She's not for the tomfoolery, effery. She's not for it. She's tired of being bamboozled. She's tired of being hoodwinked. She's tired of being led astray. She's tired. We're not going down this road anymore. Friday to me is the day all this blows up. Figuratively speaking, YouTube, don't be demonetizing. She gonna look. We've got transiting Mercury in Sag that is trining, nope, yep, trining her Saturn in Aries. She's going to feel inspired to implement whatever structure it is she now feels is correct. All these other energies I've been talking about are coming to fruition on that day. I think Friday's fireworks day personally. I just I think Friday's fireworks day. I think Friday's the day. If I'm gonna look at this, Friday is going to be the day that we're going to see a mistrial with prejudice. She does not want to be bothered with this BS no more. She don't want to be bothered. Not after this last week. Now, if I were pulling cards, and a lot of this too, I'm sensing from her energetically. If I were pulling cards, I'd show you exactly what it was, but I don't have my cards in here, and I'm tired, and we'd have been dealing with it. I think if Thud had held on a little longer, he would have been in there too. I don't know what's going to happen with. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen with like if Courtney Kramer wins and she tosses the cases out, she might make it retroactive. I don't know. Maybe she'll get Judge Kemp to pardon them. I don't know. But this was stupid. This whole thing is stupid. So I think Friday we have it's as good a day as any, y'all. It's as good a day as any. Okay, guys, let me put this banner. Let me put this other brand. Ooh, child. Okay, we've been on here an hour. I said I wanted to just stay on here an hour. We've been on here an hour. Thanks guys for coming through. I will do Messy Monday and pull some cards tomorrow. So if you guys want to get a reading, we'll do that tomorrow as well. I do want to launch my kind of trial channel, legal channel, because I'm really interested in that. So I'll keep you guys posted on that too. And then guys, don't forget in the description box below, or if you're on X, if you come over here to YouTube, I might have my link tree in my bio, but um because I am looking to I have like 3 more spots before the end of the year to fill for my one-on-one business coaching. So if you're looking to be um transform people's lives in some sort of way, I really do specialize more so in spiritual coaching or spiritual life coaching, but with that slant that it's not an overt thing. And I love to help people that are professionals working full time that really want to start their own and help show you exactly how I did it. I want you to reach out to me. There's a link down below in the YouTube chat box, and I'll make sure that link is on my link tree as well. So you'll see a lot of me this week because I've got everybody settled. Thank you so much for being here, love. Thank you so much. All right, guys, I'm going to get the heck out of Dodge. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you guys so much. Namaste. Friday. Now don't come and beat me if I'm wrong, but the stars, it looks to me like Friday would be a great day for a mistrial with prejudice. And we'll talk to you soon.